Hello beaders, it's Jerry. Welcome back to Beachside Bead Boutique. And if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. On this channel, I do jewelry DIYs, bead unboxing videos, and bead hauls. And today we are going to be having some more spooky Halloween fun because I am going to be unboxing an order I just received from Bead Box Bargains. And these are 2 Halloween bundles, so I'm looking forward to unboxing them and seeing what's inside and also creating something, so stick around for that. So let's go ahead and get to it. And as always, when I order from Bead Box Bargains, I have a little surprise that they sent me, a little free surprise, and it looks like some bead caps, so that's always very cool. Okay, and then here is the first item that I received. And these are really pretty. These really pretty enamel butterfly pendants. So 4 pieces of these. Very pretty. Even pretty for this time of the year with the green, the tealish, and the orangish gold. Very nice. And one-sided. I love them. Okay, so the first Halloween bundle, this is a mini bundle. And of course it comes in this nice bag with those spider webs. Very festive. Okay, so we have Halloween glass bead mix, 2 ounces. So very pretty Halloween colors. And yes, we have some seed beads, and then we have some of these little confetti beads, and then we have some with this cylinder shape, but it's a very good amount in here. And then we have 2 pieces of platinum plated brass and cubic zirconia skeleton charms. Cute little skeletons. And that's really cute because his legs move around. Love these. Our little dancing skeletons. That's what I'm going to call them. Dancing skeletons. And then that's what the body looks like. You see we have 2 little cubic zirconias right there. So cute. Like these. And then we have glass skull beads, crystal AB. And remember, AB stands for Aurora Borealis because it has this shimmery coating on it. Now, these are really pretty. Those are really cute. Really pretty with the color on there. A very nice sheen to our little skulls. Okay, so that's it for that bundle. Like I said, it's just a mini Halloween bundle. And then this one, this skeleton bundle, is mini Halloween bundle snazzy skeletons. So that's what that's called. And they may still have that available on the Bead Box Bargains website. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to be looking at is this Halloween value bundle, Spooky Spiders. And again, with a really pretty spider web bag. And you guys know I'm all about Halloween, so always love it. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Okay, so we have a 21 by 9 millimeter stainless steel box clasp. Okay, so here's a clasp. Has a nice design on it. These are 10 millimeter obsidian round beads. So that's the same kind of bead that was in the Midnight Menagerie, the bargain bead box for the month of October. So very pretty, black with a little swirls of gray and a little bit of brown. Very nice Halloween beads. These are nice. These are 4-piece 12 millimeter lamp work glass foil beads, glow in the dark. Cool. These are nice, and these definitely look like a spider's eyes, doesn't it? Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, we have 6 millimeter dragon veins agate, 13 by 5 inch strand. Dragon veins. That sounds cool. Oh, wow, look at that. That is cool because look at it's clear with swirls of black and a brownish gold. Look at that. It almost looks like a spider's eggs, doesn't it? Oh, that is cool. Which is probably really the point. Spider's eggs. That's what I'm calling these beads. Give me the spider's eggs beads. That's cool. We have 8 by 6 millimeter crystal faceted rondelle beads in a matte light orange shimmer. These are pretty. Of course, it's faceted, so we have the shimmer because it is highly faceted. So that's giving that glowy look. That's really cool. Okay, we have 8 millimeter black onyx, dyed and heated faceted round beads, 7 inches. These are pretty because it has the faceted. Really like these. Okay, we have 40 pieces coagulated melon spacer beads. Very good. And like I said, the spacer beads and bead caps can be used for any kind of a project. So it's very nice that they send these in their kits. And then these are 20 pieces, 10 millimeter stainless steel filigree bead caps. So 10 millimeters. So these will fit a larger bead. Yeah, some nice bead caps. Definitely useful to have bead caps. We have 44 by 37 millimeter obsidian and brass spiderweb pendant. That's nice. I really like this. I don't like spiders, but I do like them at Halloween, right? Does that make sense? I mean, Halloween is about the spiders and the black cats, and which I love black cats. I mean, that's cats are cute. So spiders not so much, but at Halloween, you know, it's just one of the staples of Halloween. And I really, really like this. So this is the back. Very pretty. Now we have two pieces, 11 by 9 millimeter plated, platinum plated brass and cubic zirconia spider charms. You get two of these. Oops, I lost my spider. We know we don't want to lose a spider because when you take your eyes off a spider, then you don't know where it is. And we freak out, right? Okay, here we go. These are pretty. You see the little cubic zirconias in there. I wish they were a tad bit bigger, but otherwise very nice. We have such a big spider web and such tiny little spiders. And we have 17 by 23 millimeter plated, platinum plated brass and cubic zirconia spider link. Very pretty. Look at that cubic zirconia down there shimmering. That is really pretty. And we have one more item. Two pieces, 18 by 15 millimeter stainless steel spiderweb charms. Okay, so they're just silver charms. I thought it had black on it at first. Actually, here, we need to do this. There. There you go. Okay, so that's everything from this Spooky Spiders bundle. I really like everything in here, and I really like this snazzy skeletons bundle, and I really do love these butterfly charms. Very nice. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff cleaned up, and we are going to go ahead and design something. So stay tuned. Okay, beaders, so we are going to make a stretch bracelet with some of the items are going to be from Bargain Bead Box, the monthly subscription, which was Midnight Menagerie, and that was for the month of October. And then also we are going to be using some of the items from the Bead Box Bargains, Spooky Spiders that I just unboxed. Okay, so let me tell you the items that you're going to need. So first you're going to need your pliers. So round nose pliers, I have bent nose pliers and flush cutters. So whichever kind of tools you want to use to basically to open and close jump rings. And then the items that I'm going to use from Midnight Menagerie is these coagulated spacer beads. So I'm going to use some of these. I'm going to use this 8 by 6 millimeter crystal rondelle beads moon shadow mix. These are really pretty. I really, really like these. Okay, so that's all of Midnight Menagerie so far. And then from the Spooky Spiders, we're going to use the 8 millimeter black onyx beads we're going to use the stainless steel filigree bead caps. And then also we're going to use the 6mm dragon veins agate beads. And then we're going to use the spider connector cubic zirconia. It's very pretty. I really like this. So we're going to use that. And then also you will need jump rings. I'm going to use the silver. And then also I have these pretty Crackle glass beads that I purchased from Amazon. And these are 10mm. And I think that will just go very pretty with all the black and the gray that we have. So to add a little bit of color. But look at how pretty these are. So I think that'll look nice. Okay, and then I also have this 0.5mm Stretch Magic, and I'm using 0.5 because I'm going to double it. And then also I do have a pair of scissors. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm just gonna, oh, and also bead caps. Don't forget, or not bead caps, bead stoppers. So grab a couple of bead stoppers. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a piece of cord. I'm gonna cut more than what I need because you know it's always better to have more than enough. And remember we are doubling this. So you're going to need already a double piece. So I'm going to cut this. Now, I may need more than you do, so keep that in mind, you know, if it's for yourself or if you're making it for a specific person and the size of their wrist, because you may not need as much as I need. Okay, so I have my piece of stretch cord, and I'm going to go ahead and stretch this. Now, see, it is double. Just give it a nice stretch, and you want to pre-stretch it because that helps premature sagging as you put the beads on. The weight of the beads will make the cord sag over time and potentially break. So if you pre-stretch it, then that's going to help with the pre-sagging. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take one end of my cord. So we're just going to feed that through. Oops. Okay, so this is what we have. We have our pendant and then our stretch cord doubled and pulled through the loop on one side. Okay, and now I'm going to start stringing my beads. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take the faceted black onyx, and you're feeding both cords through. So you're taking that down to the connector bead. Okay, let's go ahead and put coagulated spacer beads. So put it through both cords. And then I'm going to take dragon vein, feed both cords through, and then I'm going to take another one of my spacer beads, and then I'm going to take another dragon vein. pull that down. So we have this. And then I'm going to take my bead cap. I feed both cords through. And then I'm going to take my red crackle bead. And then another spacer. Or not a spacer, I'm sorry, a bead cap. And then we're going to take the faceted crystals. We're going to take, let's see. I'm going to take one of the clearish ones with a little black coating, and then one of these grayish. And that's going through both cords. Okay, and that is what we have. I think that looks really pretty. I really like that red. Really just adds a nice pop of color with all the darker colors. Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to continue with the same pattern now. And then I'm going to start with the same pattern. So then it's going to be the faceted onyx, the spacer bead, dragon vein, spacer bead, dragon vein, bead cap, red crackle glass, bead cap, and 2 faceted. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with that same pattern, and then I will meet you back here in just a little bit. Okay, so I just ended with my last bead. See, this measures about 7.5 inches. So for me, that's fine. If you need it smaller, then obviously you need to make it smaller. So you could only do one of the dragon veins going throughout. Or, you know, you could take something, skip a bead cap here maybe, a spacer bead. Something like that. So just to give you some ideas. But see, I don't have the exact same pattern. So I have the pattern repeated 3 times. And then here, I stopped with the black faceted onyx. Because if I went one more round, it would be too big. Okay, so that's how it looks. And I really, really like this. I'm actually in love with these colors. I think it just looks so pretty. It looks very elegant to me. The black with the little bit of red, with the silver, and our pretty little spider with the cubic zirconias. I think it looks very stunning. So I really like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do to finish this off is take one of my cords and feed it through the hole on the other side of our charm. And then we're going to meet that up like that. Okay, so don't lose your cords. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the other one and feed it through. Okay, so here's our cords right here. And we need to shift this down. So make sure it's all tight so you're not seeing the cord, so there's no slack. And then we're going to take our cords. Now, oops. We're going to take both of our cords and feed it through this first bead here. Now it's going to be tight, but if you used a 0.5 millimeter, you should be able to get it. See, there they are. And then you got to pull that tight. Now let me try this on. That looks good. Pull it good. Okay, so I'm going to tie it like I'm tying my shoe, but I'm going to double tie it. So I'm going to go under once and one more time, and I'm going to pull them together, form a knot, pull that tight, but not too tight. You don't want to break your cord. And I'm going to do it once under, twice under, pull, and then once under, pull, and then two more times. 1, 2, pull. And then I like to take my finger right by that knot and then pull and hold the knot down. There's our knot. See, the knot is already hidden inside the bead, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue right there just to make it extra sturdy. If I can find the knot. There we go. There. And then we can cut this like that. This is so pretty. I mean, I really, really love this. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Yeah, it's a little bit loose, but I do like my bracelets looser. I don't like them just sitting right on my wrist. Do like it to have a little bit of slack to them. But okay, and I think we could go ahead and make one more stretch bracelet. So this time I'm going to use 0.8 millimeter stretch cord. That's because I'm not going to double it. Okay, give it a stretch. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to put a bead stopper on one end. Make sure you allow enough to be able to tie your bracelet. And I'm going to string basically with the same beads, but I think I'm going to use the spider charms. And I may add these. I don't know, do it? Maybe not. Okay, so we'll just stick to the same beads as the first bracelet. So I'm putting my onyx faceted, and it doesn't have to be the same pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and put the bead cap, my red Crackle glass, bead cap, and I'm going to take a spacer. Actually, no, let's do the faceted crystal. Let's do one of those. And then we'll go ahead and put the spacer. And that's because just to separate some of this silver. And then we'll put a black faceted. This is the crystal. And then I'll put another spacer. And the dragon vein. This one might not fit. There we go. We just had to stretch it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, then let's do one more dragon vein. And then we'll go back to the beginning. Okay, so this measures almost 7.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and tie this up. So you're going to take it under once, pull, and then under twice, 1, 2, pull, and then under once, pull, and then under twice, pull. Take my finger, hold the knot down, and pull the cord. And then do that to the other side, same thing. Hold the knot and pull the cord to pull that knot down. Just give it a little stretch. Good, now I'm going to go ahead and take my glue. Separate your beads and put the glue on the knot. Just getting it really good. Okay, cut your cord close to the knot. Don't cut the knot. I don't know that that's going to go in the bead. Okay, I'm going to take some fingernail clippers and I'm just going to trim that. A little bit more. That's because we can't hide the knot, so I'm going to trim it down as best as possible. Since the knot is too big to go into the bead. So I don't know if I recorded it, but I did cut this cable jewelry chain that came in Midnight Menagerie. I'm going to take jump rings and I'm going to use these small ones here. I'm going to attach my chains. Okay. So I'm going to open my jump ring from front to back like that. And I'm going to attach one end of my chain, and then I'm going to attach this on the stretch cord right next to the red bead. So just like that. And then I'm going to close this up. Make sure it's good. Okay. Okay, let's cut this chain down a little bit. We don't want that much. We just want a little bit of chain. Now we're going to take the spider charm and attach it to that chain. A jump ring. So attach your charm to a jump ring. And then attach that to the bottom of this chain. and close this up. So we have that. So cute. Oh, that's cute. Okay, guys, well, here is our Spooky Spiders bracelet set. And I am really loving this. I mean, especially for a darker palette, I really love it. I think these colors just look so beautiful together. And I love the sparkle. I love the spiders. Even though I don't love spiders, I love these spiders. I think it just looks really, really good. Well, you guys, let me know what you think. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.